Okay, officially good afternoon. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekly market wrap brought to you by the Market Watch Group and coffee. Not any particular brand, the plant. Good afternoon, Ray. How you been? Good to see you. Please keep in mind this. Education illustrated purposes only. No recommendation to buy or sell. We're not brokers. We're not advisors. Agenda. Today's market analysis. Let's take a quick peek at the posture. We're all like, hey, everything seems right. Okay, I agree. Let's look at the posture and see if it agrees. Mindset for trades being carried over the weekend. Likely to do it. What to look for next week? I don't know. What are we looking for next week? Bullishness? I saw another Fed sub-chairman, I can't remember who it was, like, oh, we should start thinking about it in July. I think that the geopolitical is getting them a little bit nervous, and they don't want to be behind, but that makes me nervous. Right? So I don't know. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it makes us think. And we'll talk about wrapping up on our record keeping, getting ready to transition to the analytics. Gosh, if you get the record keeping part right, the analytics is easy. All right, let's get to it. I don't need you, but I do need you. Another dream week for crypto. Oh, what a interesting concept. The president starts a crypto project, and then we start seeing crypto legislation come in favorably. I don't know. Coincidence? Maybe. What else? Stocks turn lower with Fed rate cuts, Trump's Iran decision in focus. I don't know, that Iran thing too. So here's what's interesting. I actually didn't even notice this. I saw two. Here's one. This one's going the other way. I saw somebody said it. Somebody said we should be looking in July. But Barkin says no rush to cut interest rates and as tariff risk remains unresolved. Agreed. AI-powered glasses. I saw those at the store. They looked pretty cool. Anything else? I don't think so. Economic news. Not much today. Not much Monday. A little Tuesday. We've got a consumer confidence number that we would really like to see get back above 100. That's kind of that threshold. It was up to like 108 before we fell. Powell's testifying. Maybe some new information there. Probably not. Thursday, we got a GDP revision. We've got initial jobless claims like usual. And then Friday's a big one. Friday's got income, spending, and PCE. This week, stable in a not phenomenal place. Stable in the 220s, pretty good. Stable in the 215s, yeah. In that range, quite nice. Stable at 245. Then we're a little bit like, I don't know. Okay, what else? I think that's everything. Speaking of the Fed, real quickly, let's just take a quick peek at July now that we're done. And you can see 6-1 against. No cuts in July, despite what that one guy says. I think right now I would say September, unless the next set of inflationary data we get is bad, and then I'm going to say nope. Now they got to kick it until October. They have to have time to have a couple of sequential months of data showing de-escalation in the inflationary measures. September, 2-1 4, even a little better. Then I think skip October, hit it in December, 2 cuts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Give me your thoughts. You guys have gone quiet on me today. So quiet. SPY. Yeah, we don't love the increased selling. Did I not have this updated here? I thought I did. Yeah, okay. Okay. So what's going on? The S&P is down a lot? 0.34%. 0.34%. Seems... Okay, someone tell me if I'm wrong here. 596. What was the close? The close here was 597.44. $2 and... Okay, something's off. My charts look off. Are your charts off? Okay, I want you to notice this, okay? We're at a close here. What candles am I on? Regular candles. I'm at a close here of 597.44. 597.44. The current price, 593.47. Yes? 593.47 equals $3.97. And right now it's saying we're down $2.07. What is going on? Can someone, if you're on a different platform, take a look. I feel like there's a charting error right now. Because I'm like, this looks like worse than 0.34. It is. It's $4. That's 0.7. Am I wrong? What's going on, you guys? It's Friday. Maybe my brain's in a fog. So if you're on a different platform, go get a quote for me and tell me if you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Well, wait a second. Yahoo's saying the same thing, but the math does not make sense to me. What am I missing? I need it to make sense, you guys. I need it to make sense. We can't close at 597 and then be at 593 and call that a $2 drop. What the French toast is happening here? I feel like I'm being gaslit by charts. TradingView says it's 0.65. That sounds right to me. What is happening? I need the math to connect. It struggles. Now it's like I can't move on. I don't know what's going on here. Because it's important. At 0.34, which would be around this level, we would say no extra volume. We're going to get extra volume, I think. We're at 65 million. We've got 43 minutes left. I think we're going to get, here's how much we need to get to. 72,059. TradeStation says 0.64. TradingView says 0.65. So if you have the word trade in yours, TradeStation, TradingView, you're right. Yahoo and Thinkorswim, garbage. 75.661 million is what we're looking for right now. We're at, what are we at? 65. 65,724. 65,724. 10 million. Maybe Maybe. I don't think it's guaranteed. Down 375. And that's where the math makes sense. 375 makes sense. 0.65 makes sense. That's important because if the volume does get to that level, 75 million, if we get that 5% increase in volume and we're down more than 0.5%, we're going to mark it negative. That'll be the third negative this week. We cannot ignore that. No, it won't. That's from Friday. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so still though. At this point, here's what I'm going to do, I think, for volume. I'm going to throw this whole thing out. We have 2 sells, a tie, and a buy, which if we added that all up, we would actually score a tie. I would say that's a tie. Even though there's 2 sellers, a tie, and a buyer, that overall is kind of what I would say. So I'm going to cancel that. Then I have 2 ties that I don't care about, and then I have from here on. Sell, 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 buy, maybe another sell. At best, 3 sell days, 1 buy day, 1 tie day. Maybe even 4. 1 and 1. I don't know. I feel like this is a minus 0.25. I feel like it's going to kick my score down. If it got to here, it'd be a minus 0.5. Okay. Interesting. Let's look at the scoring. Remember what we said. None of us will be surprised if we have a couple of weeks pullback. Wouldn't change bullishness. I have plenty of room for that. And in fact, if we make a higher low, my score here is likely to increase. So, but we have to be careful that we don't hold into that. So this score is going to stay the same. Stay the same. If this is our last high, our last low, higher high, even if we pull back to here, it's a higher low. Still a higher low. Okay. So, weekly stays the same. Daily stays the same. Volume likely to drop. At least 0.25, maybe a half. That's going to be the killer right there. The volume profile is shifting. We haven't gone negative at all, but it's still shifting. Okay. Okay, let's look at the VIX and then let's get to the watch list. That VIX does not look terrible at all. This is all still the same consolidation. The same consolidation which could indicate that is the lower high, lower high, lower high. If we come down, then we think, all right, now we could see this thing kind of grind out this way, maybe. Yeah, nice. I think this makes sense. Okay. And now let's get to the watch list. What's the score going to be here? Nothing. And if it turns over, it'll be a extra 1/4 of a point for the lower high. Okay, what else? Let's get to the top of the list. Let's go look at these trades of ours. I'm going to just go one at a time and just kind of look around. Apple actually looking like it's trying to bounce. AbbVie still setting up. And if you like healthcare and you don't have anything in healthcare, this is definitely showing signs of setting up. Amazon. Oh, I don't know. If anyone was in it, if you're looking for the hiccup with today's candle is starting to look less and less likely. So right now it looks like the volume is increasing on these last couple of days as the sellers come in. And we're taking out that previous level of support. So, yeah. I think we have to be careful about it. Okay. APH. I mean, if it wasn't for today, it was fine. It was doing what it was supposed to do. It looked good yesterday. It was starting to go. It's flat today. I still think we have what we're looking for. I'm in a little version of Amazon AMZU. I'd be careful. I don't like the way that turned hard today and is closing. You can see this one is what? Holding support still. It's not even coming. It's not even testing support. Whereas Amazon, you're like, ooh, we're not only testing, but we seem to be like holding at the low for the day. Careful. Bank of America looks fine. Caterpillar, fine. CLS waiting for a pullback. What else? CME? Man, this thing just doesn't want to go, you know? Every time it takes 2 steps forward, it takes 1 step back. Capital One, I got to tell you, if there was a trade that I would pull, it's this one. We already have a financial in place, though, so I'm not too anxious. But if you were like, Scott, what do you think about this? I'd be like, that's a valid signal. Whoever asks me that. Who was it, by the way? I'm just kidding. Okay, what else? Cisco. Every time it wants to get up in that run, it gives it back, but it's still holding the line. I like that it tested above. I mean, I don't think any of us look at this and think, oh man, Cisco's just not doing, it's just not holding up. Market hasn't done much, and it's trying to hold up. So, yeah. Am I holding APH? Yes. Am I holding Cisco? Yes. Yes. DIA's fine. It's pulling back, but fine. EA. Everyone's like, oh, are you going to take the first hint of a trade? Obviously not. Obviously not. GE Vernova. I don't know, you guys. It had a huge run, and now it's, it had a pullback. The buyers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. They really couldn't move it very far, and now it's hitting that resistance pretty quick. We'll see. Gold. Did Glenn mention if a new gold trade might be coming down the pipe? I hope so. It won't come from me, though. Google. Come on, Google. What's going on? You seemed like you were going to hold up, and now this? Stilly. Goldman. Goldman looks fine. Hood looks fine. So, come on. Morgan Stanley, what's the problem? Howmet. Okay. IBM pulling back. IWM. I was going to do it, but it just didn't hold. So, Still showing patience. Okay. Am I missing any symbols? Let me know. Okay. RTX. Let's go take a look. Yeah, I gotta wait until the alphabetical order, but I will. Morgan, come on. Come on. So those of you who said, I feel like our trades are kind of holding up. Yes. You don't feel it. They are. You see it. It's kind of stalled. All we can do is assume that the bullishness that we have seen will prevail. If it doesn't, and it's convincing that it isn't, then we can go and make some adjustments. Microsoft, maybe a real pullback coming. Micron. Nothing there yet. Netflix, kind of trying to grind into a signal. Nvidia, nothing there. Palantir, waiting for a pullback. Philip Morris. Ha. Oh. I mean, honestly, for me, it's still the same hiccup. I mean, it's not even close to support, let alone breaking support. Am I starting to get a little concerned about time? Yeah. I'm going to hold. What could you do? You could sell half now, where your loss is very minimal, and then it's an easier trade going forward. But this one, like some of the other ones, is I don't feel like I need to. Okay, let's see. QQQ. Still looks quite bullish. Roblox, maybe starting to slow down. Rivian. Oh, Rivian. Bastard. If you're still in it, it hasn't violated that support level. It's testing that support level. And that's what support levels do. That's what they're for. Anyways. Hey, Kareem, roll the dice. Look, it is where it is right now. It's no worse than you've already sat through, right? It's been lower. It was here. And now it's here. So this support level is holding. This one didn't. This one broke once and then it's held since. So, I mean, here's the deal. If I look at this, do I think there's still prospects for a bounce? Yes. Great. That's question one. Technically, is there... Right. So what I tell people is I don't ever want to hold on to a trade where I'm like, oh, I just hope it comes back. Come on, buddy, you can do it. It's got to make sense, right? There's got to be some logic behind it. Well, one of the things I want you to think about is reward to risk. If you're in a trade that starts at a 4-to-1 or a 5-to-1 and it goes a little bit against you, the good news is you have less to lose, right? If I put a trade on at 85 cents and it drops to 50 cents, what's left to lose? 50. If I got in at a certain price, And I thought, okay, I'm getting in at 50, and I think it's going to go up to 55. And then the stock goes against you. Whatever it goes against you, it's already lost, but you can recover it if it goes the right way. So if I'm starting at 80 cents and thinking I might make $4 on the option, yeah, that's 5 to 1. If it drops to 50, it becomes 8 to 1. Right now, I'm only risking 50, and I can still get to the same 5. Now it's 8 to 1. So right now, this Rivian trade has a better reward to risk ratio, than it did when it started. Is the probability as good? Of course not. The probability is less now because it's already broken a support level, but it is holding another support level. Is it a flag to the downside? Kareem, that's a great recognition. Pull. Flag. Break. What would be my, I don't know though. Anybody want to take a stab at it? You can describe it in one word. The thing that I'm going to say where I'm like, well, Miguel says Hike and Ashy gives hope. Okay. I accept that, but it's not what I was looking for. What about that flag is missing, especially with it being a bear flag? Doji, I mean, it wasn't hugely strong on the first exit point, but so I would agree that's something. Let's if I come down here, what do you notice about the break of that flag? So we did get lower than this level, marginally. But you know, for a breakout, for me, we need to break the level. We need to close at the low. And we need at least 110% volume. And you might be like, wait, I thought you said 105. I need 105 on the S&P. That's an index. So I don't look at this and think, oh my God, look at the sellers. They came smashing in. It's a smash and grab. Yes. Yes. To Craig's 2 questions. Lower volume for the sellers. Yes. Means maybe not sustaining, that they're running out of steam. Yes. That doesn't look like breakout volume. Breakout volume is we now own it. We smashed it and grabbed it and it's ours. That doesn't look like a smash and grab. It looks like a delicate pat on the back. Hey buddy, how you doing? Thoughts. So you know that I'm never going to be one who's like, let's just stay in because let's see what happens. It's got to make sense. No one loves that it's testing the support level, but it's testing, not breaking. And there it is. Okay, Rivian. Now I need to hit a couple of R's. Someone's like, you're going to forget about Reddit. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I might have some days, but not this day. I like Reddit. It broke out clearly. Got up here. Definitely seems like it's running out of steam. How do I know that? Volume dropping as we've tested this high tells me that it may run out of steam, come back, and then we might have a trade. Love it. Reddit. What was the other one? RTX. RTX got booted from our list. Honestly, I think I'll put this back, especially given the current environment. I'll put this back on the list. Why? Well, it just made a new high. Now it's flagging. Flagging. I bet you guys didn't realize that flag is a verb. Flagging all day. Nice little pull. Starting to build in that flag. Our thoughts are anything above there. Beautiful. Beautiful. I added it back on the list. Thank you for that. SPY only down $2. It's not. It's down more than that, you damn fools. Volume. Where are we now? 20 minutes left. We're now almost above 70 million. So we got 8 million and we need 5 million more. If we get 5 million more, it's going to be an above average volume day. We're going to mark it a sell day. It's going to add and it's going to detract from other people. Okay. Tesla. Flat, I don't know. TSM. TSM looks bullish and looks setting up now. Nice bullish move. A little waver at top. Now it's starting to come down. There's my line. Does something like this. Hell yes, I'm in. Looks great. Let's keep going. Uber. Maybe going to hold support. Bullish dollar still sitting down. Visa. Walmart. So the problem for me with Walmart, you guys, is that it was a lower low. Right? We took out the 50. If we can get back above the 50 and come down, then I'd be like, all right, let's see now if we can do something. Okay, that's the current list and all the stocks that were on our watch list. Anybody who came in thinking, I feel like our trades are holding up, and I just would like to validate that. I hope you feel that validation. I applaud your resilience. That's exactly it, right? You came today with the intention of holding. Maybe if I was like, oh, I don't know, you guys, then maybe you would have. But I feel like your read was good. So good on you, class. We did it. I don't know. Did we? Did we come? Probably not. I feel okay about it, though. Like it's like nobody likes trades that are not working out the way that we want. But at the same time, what we're doing right now is a skill. Takes a lot of people a lot of time to work into the ability to just sort of be like, okay, here's what's going on. Okay, so there's your well done for the week. I'm proud of you all. Here is, let's get ready for next week. Ready for here. So we think that this is going to hold up other than volume. So if we lose volume, but we gain even one mark on, let's say, sector rotation, then should hold up. PJ said, sorry for joining late. You mean right on time, but heard that all of our trades are holding. Yeah, I mean, maybe I wouldn't say good. Because good is not holding, but growing, but going up. But good enough that we're going to sustain, I think. After 4 months, definitely calmer about trades in play. Oh, amazing. Excellent. That's the skill. I mean, there's some skill on entry, but really entry's about consistency, right? It's not like you're going to just keep improving your skills and keep entering trades better. No matter what we think or kind of come into with an assumption, but trade management, you absolutely can constantly and always be adding to that skill. How do I stay in better? How do I do these things that are requiring more discretion to it? Stopped out of CME. I'm not shocked, and I'm also not sad. When it's time to go, it's time to go. Glad to hear about that. That makes me super happy, Craig. Thank you for sharing it. That is it, right? That's when you're like, okay, I see how this works. I see what I'm doing here, For me, the more you put these connection points together, where you start to see like, how does the posture get integrated into various decisions on an ongoing basis? How do I adjust? It's that's awesome. That's the kind of feedback that I like, is feedback unrelated to market conditions. The last 4 months have not been like, oh, these are great conditions. It's pretty questionable. So if you're making money and learning at the same time, then we're all winning. I love it. Market posture, record keeping. You are here on Trade Log. Once again, what is my advice? Day of. If you have a nighttime routine, I would have it on my nighttime routine, where it just says, update any trades opened or closed during the day. And that's an objective. That's an objective where we're trying. But if we don't, then we're going to have on our weekend, we're going to have a catch-all, right? Log any trades missed during the week, right? Then once they're right, so then you might have 3 or 4 open trades at any given time, and then as you're closing trades, it's keeping track, it's doing the work. Yeah, definitely. I get it, Steve C. I get it. I agree. I still sometimes feel that way. Okay. Then the good stuff comes, because once we start putting in, then all of this data starts to show up, and this is gold. This is where we really can be like, okay, what the hell is going on? The numbers do not lie. Can't tell you how many times over the years I'd be like, oh yeah, we really want to look for 3-to-1 reward to risk ratios. And people are like, yeah, that's what I do. And I'm like, awesome. You're in a great place. Let's go check out your records. And then I go look at their records, and their reward to risk is 1-to-1. It's 1-to-1. You can't say that you're looking for 3-to-1s if your actual empirical reward to risk ratio is 1-to-1. That would always be the first. I'd be like, oh, okay, great. If they had been trading and they had records, and that's the first thing I'm going to look for. So I'm going to be like, what's going on in your reward to risk ratio? And then what's going on in your percent winners and percent losers. So when we can do that, we can isolate and much better equip ourselves to make the necessary adjustments. So much great learning, Sandy says. Oh, I love it. Corrine agrees. Yeah, I'm just saying to everybody else in the room, Sandy and Corrine just seem so much smarter than the rest of us. I don't know what it is. Their insights are good. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not. You guys know that's true. Okay. Where are we? 148. We've talked about our posture. We've talked about our watch list. We've talked about our record keeping, Did we miss anything? Thank you, Kareem. Did we miss anything today? It's a funny thing, right? Sometimes on Fridays, you're just like, what a great week, man. I booked some gains, locked in some gains, took some profits, tightened some stops. And then there's other weeks where you're just like, shit, trades just are not doing anything. They're not wrong. They're not right. Whew. The patience that I see is again, something you have to work for. The commentary I'm seeing, that's something we have to work for. I like it. I like exactly where we are. It doesn't matter what happens. If on Monday some bad news comes out, there's a bit of a shit show and we have to stop out, I'm not going to be like, oh, maybe we should have. I'm going to be like, no, we followed our rules. We stuck to the plan. We waited until we were convinced and then we took action. That's it. You know, I need to know that I'm doing what's going to get me where I want the vast majority of the time. And that there will be times that we're going to do exactly what we're supposed to do. And when we're done, we're not going to have the results that we want necessarily. Okay. Accepted. I accept that. Okay. I mean, we've got 10 minutes. If you have a stock to look at, give it to me. If you have something to talk about that we didn't talk about, give it to me. I'm not going to keep you here. If people start bouncing, I get it. It's Friday. If no one has anything, we'll give you 10 minutes back and send you on your way. But if you have something, I want to talk about it. I will say this. Let me go see what's going on with CME. Miguel's, the way he said that. Let's see. Is this a... Oh my God. What the hell? What the hell? Gotta go to work. Thank you, Sandy. Great weekend. See you soon. Is this a typical Friday after a day off? And that's the thing, is there's not many of these, right? Outside of Juneteenth, I think Veterans Day is our only other like intra week. So there's just not a lot, but holy shit, Miguel. You did the right thing, man. That thing just bottomed out. I think it's still going to shake around and drop. I don't know what people are seeing that's making it move like this. Obviously some news. Oh, that's true. You're right. There can be New Year's or Christmas. You're exactly right. I forget about that at times. Though those are, or you know, like the whole week. The whole week is like sub 50% average volume. Like there's just like a paltry amount of volume in those weeks. You've also got Thanksgiving. I guess I'm completely wrong. Actually, I'm like, yeah, there's multiple days. But Thanksgiving also tends to be like a huge drop in volume because of Thanksgiving and Black Friday. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's look at this on Monday. Just kind of see how it plays out. But man, that's crazy for sure. Okay. Well, thanks everybody. We always end up with more time when there's not a trade, right? When we trade, I feel like I can barely get done in time. When we don't trade, I'm like, oh, we don't have anything to talk about. Depends on the Friday. Have a great rest of your Friday. It's hot as hell in Utah. What is it right now? 90. Yesterday it was like 99. Too hot. Stay cool. Stay safe. I will see everybody Friday morning or Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain. Hot in the Florida. Yeah, at least it's dry. No humidity out here. We're in the desert. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Happy trading.
Recording stopped.